it's not far down paradise. At least it's not full. And if the wind is right, you can sail away and find tranquility. Oh, the canvas can do miracles. Just you wait and see. Believe me. It's not far to Never, Never Land. Reason to pretend. And if the wind is right, you can find the joy of innocence again. Oh, the canvas can do miracles. Just you wait and see. Believe me. Sailing takes me away to where I've always heard it could be. Just a dream in the wind to carry me. Soon I will be free. Fantasy, it gets the best of me when I'm sailing. All caught up in the river. Every word is a symphony. Would you believe me? Sailing takes me away to where I've always heard it could be. Just a dream in the wind to carry me. Soon I will be free. Well, it's not far back to Santa. At least it's not full. And if the wind is right, you can sail away and find serenity. Oh, the canvas can do miracles. Just you wait and see. Would you believe me? Sailing takes me away to where I've always heard it could be. Just a dream in the wind to carry me.
Good job.
That goat.
I know. Look at that white goat. Oh, they are so cute.
That
I know. Look, there's a black one.
black one.
Goat. Black and white one.
What?
Yeah.
Jimmy on the beat, boy.
Okay, boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. 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 BOOMER, please, your dusty mood don't vibe with me. You are all and so therefore I must say 10 for dinosaur. Hey. Okay, boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer. Okie dokie, boomer.
Oh my God, we're here.
God, we made it.
We made it.
Made it through another fucking week. Holy shit.
Oh my God. Oh, and our wonderful chat is in the house. They're giving us all
They
great
are.
salutations. Thanks for the
Hello,
compliments
chat.
on picking the music there. Honestly,
always
it
does a
takes
great
us all back, and I enjoy the hell out of us. And honestly, Chanda, that music
Mark.
before the show and after the show, kind of like bookends. It gives me a little bit of a breath that I'm always advocating that we try and give people. Here's a breath of what it used to be like, and I'd like it to
Yeah.
be like that again. So again,
It totally does.
yeah. So anyway, it's great to see everybody. We're going to shout everybody out here. It is Beauty and the Boomer After Dark, and Chanda and Oz drug their ass in here tonight because
We
we
did.
love you guys. We love
That's
you
right.
guys. We love you guys. I'm going to shout out the tubes here, and let's see if I get this right. Kate is in the house. Kamshwari Kate is in the house. Hi, Kate. What's going on? Peace, Dove. Good to see you, Peace, Dove. Natalie Williams. Hi, Natalie.
Hi,
Sincere
Nat.
condolences, Natalie. So sorry.
Yeah, we're so sorry
these
for
are
your loss.
tough times, let me tell you. It's I'm watching Dharma wither away, and it's just heartbreaking.
It's
but
so heartbreaking.
yeah, it's really tough. So sorry. Fred Edward is in the house. What's going on, Fred? Salty's Digital Dive. Jody Havel. What's going on, Jody? I haven't had a message from you in a while. Give me a shout out when you got a couple of minutes, Jody. I love getting those texts from you. Let me see. Who else do we have in here? Vic, what's going on, Vic? Good to see you. Chris Alger is in the house. Bella
Chris.
Lagursi. Hey, Bella, what's going on?
Bella?
What's going on? There is peace again. And let me see who else we got in here tonight. I'm getting down here. Crone of Heresy. Good to see you, Crone. Tom Jones is back. It's not
Thank God.
unusual to be loved by anyone. Or everyone, I should say. Myra's Mama, what's going on? Thank you for that compliment. The music picture, it never fails. Thank you. They do
That's a
take
good
me
job.
back. They take me back. Rad Angel is good in the house. What's
Hey, Rad
going on,
Angel.
Rad Angel? Let me see. I think I got just about everybody. I hope I got everybody.
Truth violates community guidelines. Just got arranged. Welcome to the chat.
Hey, truth does violate. They hate us. They hate
do
us.
hate
They
us. They
hate
do
us.
hate us.
They hate us. They don't know what to do with us except squash us all the time. And they do a very good job of that. Chanda was just telling me in the green room how she's grown so much from 444 3 months ago to 444 today on Trailer Park
Yeah.
Pundit. How does that happen? That's theoretically impossible.
I don't know.
So,
Hey,
jeez.
Snork. Snorks is hanging out with Kill Your E-Gray Growth. Good to
Hey,
see you.
Snorky, what's going on? Cold Fusion Gaming is in the house. Who is that guy?
Who's that guy?
And let me see. We got
Desert
the,
Mantis.
the Empiren. Oh, what's going on, Empiren? And Desert Fingerman is in the house. Let me see. Jelly Love, always wonderful to see Armand
Jilly.
Daven. Good to see you, Jilly. And that's it for me. Who do you got and where do you got them?
We got multiples hanging out over on the trailer park. I appreciate it. Thanks for the thumbs up over there. And let's check the Rumble. The Rumble has got last 66. Hey, what's going on? Spirit of the Ages is hanging out over there with Birdhouse Blues and High Ballistics and Mr. Worthless Eater and Conspiriality. Yeah, it is Conspiriality for sure.
Yeah,
We got so much to talk about tonight. I've got a bunch of meds on board, and I got my chamomile tea, so I'm ready to kick back and talk some shit about the world.
Yeah, I'm ready to too. And we always remember we're fair use, even though they're unfair use to us. It's more like
What
unfair
does that
abuse.
mean?
That's what they do, and we're whining and crying. I have a new avatar. I retired Beetle Oz for a while. What do you think of this one, Chanda? How's that one look? Does that look?
Oh yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
Our show
hair's-
includes satire.
Yeah,
We
it
try to
does.
include satire.
It does. It definitely does, except when we mean it.
Right.
So keep that in mind. And let me see, if you'd like to throw us a couple of nickels here or there, please do so. Shanda, how you doing? You going to start a GoFundMe or what's going to go on?
Yeah, I'm going to get a GoFundMe going. I had infusion. I had immunotherapy 2 days ago, so I'm dragging tonight. The first week out really kicks my ass because it really attacks my immune system. So I was in bed till 4:30, but I'm here. I'm doped up. I'm ready to go. And a huge shout out to JB Font. So glad to hear that
JB
after
got a kidney.
18 years of dialysis. Can you imagine going to
can't.
dialysis 3 times a week for 18 fucking years? So thank God he got a kidney and it's working. And yeah, mad love to them. I'm just so glad to hear that.
And that's an up note, and I'm going to come in behind it with a down note. I need to shout out one of our compadres we used to work with at Uphill Media passed away that I just found out in November. And many of you know him who've been following us a long time. Larry Taylor passed away. I think he
Yep, we
passed
worked
away in
with Larry
November.
at Uphill when we first
Uphill
started
Media.
out. Yep.
Yeah.
Many
So,
years ago.
yeah, rest in peace, Larry. And I don't have any details. I haven't been able to find an obituary. I know he was too young, and I guess we're all too young. But when it's time to go, it's time to go.
Yeah.
You will be missed. You did a lot of work, and we appreciated it, Larry. Miss you. And let me see. You got another. You're not doing a show Monday, are you?
No, I'm going to take Monday off just because I'm dragging so bad. But we're going to do a dive hopefully on Wednesday night. We've brought back the dive. If you've been with us for many years, we used to do a Wednesday night hangout in our dive bar. And Miss Amber King from Brave New Future joins us. So hopefully we can get her to join us again on Monday or Wednesday night. But yeah, we'll do a dive.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Now we're on that note, doing the dive on Wednesday nights. That's just going to be, it's not a full-blown show. It's just we each bring a couple, 3 subjects to talk about, and hopefully we'll be able to foray some questions.
You
from the
never know
chat.
what you're going to get at the dive. Sometimes
don't.
you get Amber King underneath the desk for Remember that time she got completely hammered on?
Yeah,
I
it was
don't know,
like
she was
she
drinking
just
martini. She just
slowly off the thing. So, yeah, that was
it's
that
always
was-
a fun time over at the dive bar.
Yeah, that's what happens. So we're looking forward to doing that Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Pacific, and we should have our shit together at that point by then.
Really so.
And as far as next week's goes, we're going to play it by ear for Beauty and the Boomer After Dark. Hopefully, we'll be able to get it together for another.
I'll be okay. I'm sure.
Yeah, well, I'm always
I know.
questioning myself sometimes.
We
you
go
know,
back
I'm
and forth. Who's going to be
Yeah.
the one to be too sick to do a show? But
Yeah,
we're both
yeah.
holding it together as the cancer twins. So
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, we
here we
are.
are.
We definitely are. So this week we better kick this show off. It is 15
Yes.
past the hour. So
It's
what's going on here? What's Daffy and
tariffs
And-
on, tariffs off, tariffs
Tariffs-
on, tariffs
Tariffs
off.
off, tariffs off. Make up your mind. Make up your
Fucking
mind.
make up your mind. I mean, and, Trump's all buy now, buy now. Now's the time to get into the stock market. So everyday working Americans lost, if you're invested with a 401k or whatever you're invested in, you probably took at least 20% hit this last couple of weeks with the bullshit of tariffs on, tariffs off, tariffs on, tariffs off. And, this is how they siphon us. And we've warned people for years.
Yeah, we're going to have tariffs on China. We're not going to have tariffs on for 90 days on everybody else. We're going to have tariffs on toasters. We're not going to have tariffs on toasters. So what are we going to do? I don't know. I don't know what's happening. So
and he raised the tariffs on China, right? We're going to talk about those a little further on the deck, but he upped them to 125% or something. But China's tariffing the fuck out of us too. So, I don't know what to think about this. If they would have fucking listened to us in the early 90s when the Clintons were fucking shoving NAFTA down our goddamn throats.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe we wouldn't be here right now. Maybe we would still manufacture shit here in the United States. I don't know. It's kind of like we warned them.
NAFTA truly was a point of demarcation between economic sanity and insanity, in my opinion, because he sold out labor. He sold us to Wall Street. And I really think that's when
he sold off communications.
Yeah, the telecommunications asked. They're
fucking bad for us.
This is why I say, Clinton, Obama,
the Democrats do what the Republicans can't get away with, and we've said it for fucking years. The Republicans come in with these grand ideas, but they always get shut down. So then the Democrats come in and they secretly sneak this shit down our throats, like the shit they wanted to sneak in with the TPP. The TPP would have been just as disastrous as
Obama,
any of this.
And here we are.
Much of what manufacturing we had left.
They did. They made backroom deals, and they basically have instigate.
They piecemealed it out.
They piecemealed it out. We fought that thing.
Our throat in a million different bills.
Yeah, and they bent over Australia really good on that one too. So I just got to remind you, they're murdering Australia right now, and Australia has elections in May, and I hope they can make some progress. What do you got here? What is this, Chanda? What is this?
Well, I decided to go with a little cartoon theme. We're doing a little Warner Brothers theme on the opening tonight. So here, somebody made this. It's brilliant. If you remember the Animaniacs, here is Trump being an Animaniac.
Oh, God. This is going to be good. Let me get my fat head out of here.
And now, the nations of the world, brought to you by Donald Trump. United States, Canada, Mexico, Panama, Haiti, Jamaica, Peru, Republic, Dominican, Cuba, Caribbean, Greenland, El Salvador, too, Puerto Rico, Colombia, Venezuela, Honduras, Guyana, and still Guatemala, Bolivia, then Argentina, and Ecuador, Chile, Brazil, Costa Rica, Belize, Nicaragua, Bermuda, Bahamas, Tobacco, San Juan, Paraguay, Uruguay, Suriname, and French Guiana, Barbados, and Guam, Norway, and Sweden, and Iceland, Finland, and Germany, now in one piece. Switzerland, Austria, Czechoslovakia, Italy, Turkey, and Greece, Poland, Romania, Scotland, Albania, Ireland, Russia, Oman, Bulgaria, Saudi Arabia, Hungary, Cyprus, Iraq, and Iran, there, Syria, Lebanon, Israel, Jordan, both Yemen, Kuwait, and Bahrain, the Netherlands, Luxembourg, Belgium, and Portugal, France, England, Denmark, and Spain, India, Pakistan, Burma, Afghanistan, Thailand, Nepal, and Bhutan, Cambodia, Malaysia, then Bangladesh, Asia, and China, Korea, Japan, Mongolia, Laos, and Tibet, Indonesia, the Philippine Islands, Taiwan, Sri Lanka, New Guinea, Sumatra, New Zealand, then Borneo, and Vietnam, Tunisia, Morocco, Uganda, Angola, Zimbabwe, Djibouti, Botswana, Mozambique, Zambia, Swaziland, Gambia, Guinea, Algeria, Ghana, Burundi, Lesotho, and Malawi. The Spanish Sahara is gone. Nigeria, Chad, Liberia, Egypt, Benin, and Gabon, Tanzania, Somalia, Kenya, and Mali, Sierra Leone, and Algeria, Dahomey, Namibia, Senegal, Libya, Cameroon, Congo, Zaire, Ethiopia, Guinea, Bissau, Madagascar, Rwanda, Majorca, and Cayman, Hong Kong, Abu Dhabi, Qatar, Yugoslavia, Great Mauritania, Pennsylvania, Monaco, Liechtenstein, Malta, and Palestine, Fiji, Australia, Sudan.
Who remembers that from their youth? I do. I don't know, Oz, what do you think? In the long run, do you think that these tariffs will pay off if he does actually implement them?
No. Somebody.
Yeah, will we survive it to see them pay off? And then here's the other point. Will it actually bring back American manufacturing jobs here in America, or will it just be AI, robotics, factories?
The tech sector. No, it's not going to come back. I don't think it's going to just to retool it would take a decade.
Yeah.
There's
Exactly.
just no way.
Exactly.
And will it help? No, yeah,
help.
sure, it'll help. It'll help the bazillionaires, all the stockholders and everybody
Exactly.
else. It's going to fuck the 401k holders, which that was a raw deal to start with, and it's going to eat your retirement plans, and it's going to, here's something that I know that you're wondering, how could it be this, Oz? Well, it's going to fuck your postal service again because it's, the whole
postal service is dying.
Yeah, they're by the way,
They did away with the UPS store where I live. We live pretty rural. We need a UPS drop off, and we don't have one now. Like within 100 miles.
you don't have a drop off?
No, so they're changing it up now, and I just got an email today. I found it in one of my type of spam folders where they're going to start making independent people. It's going to be more like Amazon, where DoorDash. So they'll come to your house and they'll pick up your UPS and ship it off. I guess is more of what it's going to be like.
Well, yeah, sure. If there's another way to make money and charge you an upcharge,
Right, and put the wear and tear on you, so they don't have to keep buying those big brown trucks and keeping them maintenance. And
Yeah.
I could see that.
No, it's all about cost cutting and making it more efficient, and the efficiency they're making it on is for them, not for you. It's going to make it inconvenient like everything else. By the way, stamps, how much are stamps now? Does anybody know how much a stamp costs?
A fucking $1? I don't know. I always buy
it's
forever stamps.
68 cents, I think. I don't know. But what I understand, they're going up to 77 cents in July. And, back when they moved it up to 35%, which wasn't 35 cents each, it wasn't that long ago.
No, it wasn't.
And I suggested that they just go to 50 cents and freeze it for a decade at 50 cents. Oh, they hated that idea. Well, I'm going to say it again. They should just make it $1 and freeze it at $1.
Who gets anything in the mail anymore? Anyways, everything is emailed, right? Like I just renewed my insurance with Progressive, and they don't even. If you want your cards, download the app, and it'll be on your phone.
I think they should freeze it at $1, and it would take a monumental situation to raise it again. Cap it at $1, and that's it. You're done. No more of this every 6 to 12 months raising it.
Well, they don't put it back into their force. I can tell you that because I used to maintenance our delivery trucks for the UPS mail, and they are falling apart pieces of fucking shit that are held together by duct tape and baling wire.
Yeah, and those are human beings. Those are our sisters and brothers out there delivering the mail. That's more jobs that are going to go in the toilet, and they've already reduced delivery to rural areas.
They should. Mind. Totally bring back postal banking. When I was a poor young girl, with a baby, I loved the postal banking. You could go cash a check, you could pick up a money order, you could do it now. Like somebody sent me, one of you lovely fine people, might have been Jilly, sent me a money order from the post office, and it took me 2 weeks for the post office to have enough money to cash like a $200 money order or something. I had to keep going in there and come back later, come back tomorrow. Like it was insane. It was crazy. I was like, I remember the days when you used to do banking here.
Fingerman says it's going to 78 cents, and that's in July 11th. Okay. 78. I heard 77, but I'll go with Fingerman.
I love this. I love this back and forth meme here.
Go ahead. Then I want to say.
Okay, so if you ever watch Pinky and the Brain, if you want to take us off the screen real fast. So are Pinky and the Brain still trying to take over the world? Because at this point, I'm willing to hear Brain's platform. And somebody says, at this point, I'm willing to hear Pinky's platform. Narf. Now, okay, so if you understand the pretense of Pinky and the Brain, they were two lab rats, right? And Pinky kind of had these nervous tics from all the poison that they had injected him with. So he had like this form of Tourette's, and Narf was just this random noise word that he would say all the time. So here we are, Narf. I would totally do the Narf platform.
I feel like Pinky all the time.
Right?
Yeah, short-term memory is gone. Just to your point about postal banking, Wells Fargo is licking their chops. They want to take over the postal service. I can't think of any bank that's as corrupt or equally as corrupt as Wells Fargo. They have been busted, and they have not been fined out of their mind, and they have not sent any of their people to jail. Wells Fargo is terrible. And if you're with Wells Fargo, get the hell out and go to a credit union. Just get the hell out of Wells Fargo. So
divest.
You want tax on, tax off? Is that the Karate Don? Karate Don. Yeah.
Off.
Yeah, shit.
I'm doing the flashbacks tonight.
Yeah, I get it too. Rachel Blevins. We're going to have a Rachel Blevins segment tonight. Rachel says, and Trump's tariff tantrum is up to 145% taxes on the nearly $440 billion in Chinese products the U.S. imports every year. Tax will be paid by American consumers. I agree. And he seems to think China is going back down, but Beijing has done the opposite, retailing with 125% tariffs. So that's the confusion there. So now, because he started out, Chanda, I think he started out 104% tariffs, and then it went up to 125, and now he's at 145. And his advisors told him to go to 400% tariffs. But let's hear what Rachel has to say.
Okay. But yet the punishment is not on China. The punishment is on American companies, and the cost of that is then passed down to American consumers. So the average American, right, not the wealthy Americans who attended Trump's inauguration or were chilling in the White House with him this week. No, the guys like you and I, the average American consumers, we are the ones who end up paying the price for these tariffs. It's not China, right? That does not have the impact on China that Trump thinks it does, but it does have a major impact on the American consumer. And Trump has made this into a game, right? It's not just straight down the line tariffs. Oh no, it's a game of who can kiss up to him the most, because he announces all of these tariffs on dozens of countries around the world, and then he sits back and he waits and he sees who is going to go out of their way to try to reason with him, to try to work with him, to try to beg him to get them to lower the tariffs. And China has not done that, right? Every single time that Trump has announced tariffs on China, China has reciprocated. And they've included other additional measures that go beyond just these tariffs that they are putting on the U.S. in response to what Trump has announced against China. In other words, Trump just put a 145% tariff on the nearly $440 billion worth of goods that the U.S. imports from China every single year. Not only is that not sustainable, but it's incredibly harmful for American companies and ultimately for the American consumer. And it really makes you wonder what the overall goal is here, because the U.S. seems to be making the exact same mistakes that they made when they were dealing with Russia just a few years ago.
God. Well, you know. And you know, the thing is China makes better deals with other fucking countries. So, like, they get something. Other countries get something for the deals that they make. So, you know, we're not. Don't forget about
BRICS. China can go into BRICS. That just give us the
New Silk Road. Absolutely.
That's it.
So let's hear from China. What is China saying?
China is fully prepared to fight to the very end, because the world is big enough that the United States is not the totality of the market in the world. So if the United States wants to go in that direction of completely shutting itself out of the China market, be my guest.
Yeah, and China will lose the US market, which, as I've said, is 15%.
We don't care.
They don't care.
China has been here for 5,000 years. Most of the time, there was no United States, and we survived. And if the United States wants to bully China, we will deal with the situation without the United States. And we expect to survive for another 5,000 years.
Wow.
Guess where we borrow money from all the time, our country, to pay our bills? We borrow it from China. So I'm telling you, once again, this is all some weird kind of stratego gone
But
mad.
we will not have access to panda bears. We're going to have to get into our panda bears fake conspiracy theory one of these days. We're going to have to do it over at Trailer Park Pundit because that one blows my mind. Our panda bears fake. We'll talk about it one of these days. Anyway, so Chinese people over on Red Note, you guys remember what Red Note is, right? It's a Chinese app that everybody kind of flooded over to during the shutdown of TikTok, which had another 90-day reprieve or something. Trump
90 days
held off, and now Google's talking about buying it or some shit. Anyways, they decided to start making funny AIs about what American manufacturing would look like if we actually brought American manufacturing. Now, I had to mute the music on this because somebody put some Leonard Skinner behind it, but check out this AI, Oz. So they're all overweight. They're all eating, chips and drinking Pepsis and sweating. This is Apple made in United States. Oh, the wonders of AI. Make America rich again. Tesla falls over. Okay, so you can see that was done over on Red Note. So American manufacturers have struck back. They're not happy about it. And if you watch the bottom of this one, you'll see their kind of response to this video. I don't think the music on this one's bad. So are these the only things we manufacture in America? Romeo's, Carhartt? Have you bought anything made in America lately?
No, I can't afford it.
Exactly. Exactly. All these people are like, oh, buy American, buy American. Like, you can afford to buy American because I can't.
Don't get me wrong. I want to afford it so I can support my sisters and brothers who are working in those industries. But no, we make paint and Red Wing. I think Red Wing is still
and bombs.
made. And well, the military-industrial complex is the job out there. Not only that, the military recruitment, that's your job when you get out of high school. You go kill yourself for Israel. So you brought this.
Let's see. I'm adding tariffs. That will create jobs. I'm removing tariffs. Oh, art of the deal. I'm adding tariffs. This will create jobs. I'm removing tariffs. Art of the deal. That's the reality we're living in.
And what is this? You brought another cartoon?
Oh my gosh, this is so delusional. I don't know. Go ahead and play it. You don't even have to play the whole thing. I don't know how long it is. How long is it?
How's the sound?
It's only a minute long. Go ahead and play the whole thing.
Sound
it's just
okay?
crazy.
Okay.
Yeah, it sounds good.
死んだ。初めて言われました。絶望の匂いだ。面白いことにせよ。
I smell the despair.
こんなに多すぎて。お父さん。あかん。ドナルド君、まだ死ぬ時じゃないでしょ。アメリカ、万歳。
Long live America.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
絶対にないわ。何度つらいのまで。出ろ。だってまだサンキュー言ってないでしょ。一回も言ってください。
The JD Vance with the rosy cheeks is my favorite.
仲良くしてる。この世界、季節に行けるかな。昔グレートだった。大きにまたグレートになるか
We
な。
can't write the club. Oh my
あの
god.
さ、有名人なら誰かのマンコを掴んでいいさ。そうそうそうそう。やらせるで。
So that's Japanese. Are they taking
That's
a swipe
Japanese,
at us?
I believe. Yeah, so the Japanese, they love Trump apparently. So there you are.
What the fuck ever. You brought this one.
Well, this is just the delusion. So it says obstruction. Why is the FBI still hiding the Seth Rich laptop when Pam Bondi and Kash Patel in charge? I assume these shenanigans would come to an end. I wonder if they ever know what is going on in the U.S. district courts in Sherman, Texas. I mean, the fact that these guys think that this administration gives two shits about Seth
anything.
Rich, about anything. I mean, they all campaigned on, oh my God, there's so much corruption in our 3-letter agencies and we got to get in there and clean house. But since the minute that Trump got elected and his cabinet has been picked, what have they been focused on? One thing and one thing only, and that is fucking Israel. They're not cleaning up. We're not getting Seth Rich's laptop. And here's the irony of it, Oz. They wouldn't even be in that fucking administration or in that White House if it wasn't for Seth Rich and what we know is the WikiLeaks dump that came from the DNC in 2016.
Oh, no. This is why I lay it on the heads of the Democrats, more so than the Republicans by far. You know, you want to know why you're going through the shit you're going through today? Ask the Democrats. They're the one that set this thing up.
The pie strategy.
Yeah. Am I supporting the GOP, the MAGA? No. I support my neighbors. We talk, and we will continue to talk. But this bullshit about Republican bad because Democrat says so, that's like throwing stones in a crystal house. So what the hell
Rest
ever.
in peace, Seth Rich, man.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. And you brought, is this, what do we call this?
Shoulder pad Barbie. I don't know.
Shoulder pad Barbie. Shoulder pad Barbie. What's going on? We playing this? Just hit the lever, right?
Oh, pull the lever.
Okay, here we go.
So the president has discussed this idea quite a few times publicly. He's also discussed it privately. You're referring to the president's idea for American citizens to potentially be deported. These would be heinous, violent criminals who have broken our nation's laws repeatedly. And these are violent, repeat offenders in American streets. The president has said, if it's legal, right? If there is a legal pathway to do that, he's not sure. We are not sure if there is. It's an idea that he has simply floated and has discussed very publicly as in the effort of transparency. Reagan.
Didn't we fucking call this, Oz? Didn't we say you're next? And who gets to choose what a violent fucking criminal is? Is it somebody who says hate speech that they don't like, that they deem as hate speech? And next thing you know, you find yourself in El Salvadorian fucking prison?
Yeah, this is the freedom of speech thing. Right now, they're doing it to people who are here on green cards who are legally in this country. And if you speak up for Palestine, nope, you're out. You're a Hezbollah supporter. You're a Hamas supporter. So that's what they're doing.
This is just mind-blowing to me that they're even discussing sending American citizens abroad to lock them up. We don't have enough private prisons in this country to lock people up. What the fuck?
No, we have the biggest prison industrial complex in the world. So yeah,
yes, but we still have to farm this shit out. I don't. It's confusing.
This is the tactics of fear, and it works on a lot of people. And what is this? This is
some total MSNBS bullshit.
Oh, I'm sure I'm going to enjoy this.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what it's going to take for the American people, for 78 million Americans, to deal with what motivated them to make the choice to elect this man again, to make the choice that will allow these people to undermine every fundamental assumption we have.
Did I bring this? I must have brought this.
I brought this. We sure bring
the way of their ability to exercise, foreign policy in some ways, right? I don't know what it's going to take for 78 million Americans to deal with what motivated them to make this choice.
We just said so. The Democrats.
Pain at home. It could be the Democrats. The price of food, inflation.
This is just one example. The tariffs is another.
Jobs. Right? No jobs.
Now, what was behind
housing.
We have to grab
housing.
Retirement.
It's the snake. It's
healthcare.
It's the beast coiled up
Social Security. No health care.
Insurance.
Doubling down on this.
Insurance.
Shows you what kind of human beings they actually are.
Say more.
Oh, it shows you what kind of human beings they actually are. So blame them.
Who is more interested in loyalty? Who's more interested in retribution? Who's more interested in grift than in democracy? And we chose a felon because we didn't want to elect a black woman.
They're all fucking.
Oh my God! Are you kidding me, man?
I'd rather destroy the republic than for that to have happened.
Oh
grapple
We'd
with it.
rather
There's no
My
amount of
plummet
protest
God.
than elect a black woman.
There's no amount
Not a
of
terrible
resistance
black
that could come
woman.
into play to actually force 78 million people to grapple with what motivated them to put themselves in this position.
This is another reason they lose. They throw these straw man arguments out here, straw woman argument.
Yeah.
This guy ever hear of anybody called Barack Obama? I mean, what the fuck? We didn't elect a white woman either. That was Hillary Clinton. And why? Because she was horrible.
For sexist.
Horrible.
Racist and sexist.
Oh, my God. Jesus.
Well,
All
this
right.
one's just as fucking bad. Here's Trump stroking off Charles Schwab.
Oh, wonderful. His gold dick.
Yeah.
This is Charles Schwab. It's not just a company, it's actually an individual. And he made $2.5 billion today, and he made
$2.5 billion today.
And how much did you lose in your retirement fund? That's the question.
Yeah. I don't have a retirement
Well, these
fund.
guys are just buying low and selling rich, you know. That's what they do.
They're just tearing us to shreds, piece by piece by piece by piece. And I think I'm on the right one. Am I on the right one? No. This
25.
One right here. 25. There we go. Here we go. 25. What is this? 25.
Oh, this is the most important executive order that Trump could sign.
Oh, shit. I think I know what this is.
And lastly, sir, we have an executive order demanding that grown men stop wearing skinny jeans.
That's a big one, huh? A lot of people are waiting for this for years.
Oh, this can't be real.
For
Is this real?
decades.
For years, for decades.
Skinny jeans. That's bullshit. I'm not buying
It
that.
was bullshit, but it was funny. Come
Oh,
on.
my God.
Stop
Now this...
wearing skinny jeans if you're a grown-ass man. They don't look good.
There are stupid bills out there, though. They're dumb.
There are stupider bills, I promise you.
I hush them out of my brain when I see them because it's so fucking ridiculous. Now this really hit home this week for me. Just a thought. If you're not following,
What the hell is she wearing?
Yeah, she's I don't know, some equivalent to Bernie Sanders' coat, I guess. If you see this woman or any other career politician, and we saw many. At a protest, you are not at a protest at all. You are at a state-sanctioned rally for the continuation of your oppression at the hands of the ruling class, which we'll say the oligarchy class, who have manipulated you into cheering it on. Who the fuck would applaud Nancy Pelosi at that rally last week?
She looks like she just escaped the nursing home. What did she got her slippers on?
I don't know. I don't know what the hell. But Booker was out there, and all of your highly visible showboaters and criminal, corrupt Dems were at these things. That should make you throw down your sign and walk away right there. So,
oh no, it makes them cheer louder.
Yeah, I mean, really? I mean,
We'd be at brunch right now if you guys weren't racist.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Nancy Pelosi. You want to listen to Nancy Pelosi? There's something wrong with you. And again, a lot of these are paid. These are bust-in people. They're paid. That's a fact, Jack. Don't tell me they're not.
I might take stock market advice from her. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's about all she's. Well, she's not even good for that. So, this is just Sanders, Ocasio-Cortez are not fighting oligarchy.
Go back.
They are fighting. I'll go back. Let me finish. I already started. They are fighting to smother the growing anger of millions and return safely to the graveyard of the Democratic Party. That's exactly what they're doing.
We're independents. No, you aren't.
And let me see. What number am I going back to?
27. You brought it.
Oh, God. That's why I missed it. That was a Freudian slip. Here you go. Nancy Pelosi put this up, and I want you guys to listen to her. Now, she sounded like this back in 1990 nothing. So just listen. Try not to vomit.
Hi, it's Nancy. I want to thank you, our grassroots VIPs, our volunteers in politics, for the work you have been doing for months to save our health care. Since January, you've been informing the public that Trump and Musk are coming after our American safety net, threatening our health care and risking the lives and livelihoods of the American people to give massive tax breaks to build.
That's enough. You get
Yeah, we've had enough.
We've had enough of that. Nancy Pelosi has never let a Medicare for All vote come to the floor.
Never.
Never.
No.
And she. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, and the pieces of shit below her, like AOC, that are renowned now as the future leaders of the fucking party, they never pushed a vote to the fucking floor in front of her when they had every opportunity to.
No, the squad. The squad.
Yep,
the squad.
The squad.
The squad. Yeah.
The squad.
And here's the thing.
Squad for
Pelosi campaigned on this in 1992. She campaigned on health care.
She's been campaigning on healthcare since the fucking 60s.
Well,
she?
yeah, they've been using it as fundraising, just like they used Roe versus Wade.
Roe
Look where
Wade.
look what
You
that
got
got
hiccups
it.
too? I just have hiccups.
Yeah, a cough drop. I got stuck in my sinus cavity, I think. I don't know. You brought Case.
Oh my
God.
Van Jones.
Van Jones. Van Jones.
Van Jones.
This guy's shameless. Here you go.
This is shameless.
Bernie Sanders has been packing him in on this tour. There's a lot of energy there, but he's not a young man. So broadly speaking, what do you think Bernie Sanders represents for the future of the Democratic Party?
Well, I think he represents the kind of frontal assault trying to hold our democratic norms in place. He's not going to be running for president, not successfully, but he's trying to hold the line.
Because we'll block him.
There's a reason America's so rich. Even our poor people are rich compared to poor people anyplace else, because we have a system of government where rich folks don't get a chance
Even
to
poor
seek in
people are
government
rich.
and wire everything
Even
for
poor
themselves.
people. What the fuck is he
sending their
talking
friends
about?
with laptops. That's not how we do things in America. So, but I think really what you should be looking at is that young woman right next to him, ALC. I think is getting the alley-oop from Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders is Scottie Pippen. AOC is going to be Michael Jordan, and she's going to be doing the slam dunk in about 4 years.
My
So, Brad,
God!
watching this, ask this question as they see you. Why is this man smiling?
I don't know
Brad,
what's
why are you
worse.
smiling?
Poor people are
Well, I'll
rich,
tell you what, if
or
Bernie Sanders and AOC were to
is
travel
freaking
around
Michael
the country
Jordan.
and become the face of the Democratic Party, as Republicans, we're willing to buy the jet fuel. I'd hope they'd go to every swing congressional district next year. He's a grouchy old socialist, and she's as far left as you can get.
Let me know when I can stop it.
If they're the face of the Democratic Party,
Both
Democrats
of
didn't learn
them
anything
suck.
from losing.
Okay, Van, what about that? And what can, in your mind, should Senator Sanders say tonight to Anderson that would appeal to voters who aren't necessarily part of that more progressive wing of the party?
Well, I think what Bernie Sanders represents and AOC represents is a different kind of populism. You have kind of a negative populism from Donald Trump. I'm populist because I'm mad at immigrants and I'm mad at Chinese people and I'm mad at woke and I'm mad. I think this is a more positive populism, saying, look, I'm a populist because I want ordinary people, everyday people to be able to rise. But I agree. I don't think they would be a successful general election ticket, but I think that they are giving Democrats a way to hold back some of this, unfettered stuff from Donald Trump. Watch Ezra Klein and his ideas about abundance. He's looking for a third way out. Watch Cory Booker. Watch other people. They'll take advantage of the fact that AOC and Bernie are pushing back so hard, but they're going to open up space for a third way out.
There is no third way out within the Democratic Party. You're just a graveyard. You're going to be going out horizontally on that one.
That was just disgusting. To say that rich people in America, poor people are actually rich. Like,
what's he comparing us to? What's he comparing us to? Gazans?
Tell that to somebody living
Palestinians?
under a fucking bridge. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's about, we've got people, Philadelphia. Let's just take Philadelphia.
Yeah.
They're bent over and they're dragging their knuckles on the ground from the drug addiction, and they have no place to live. And this is reminiscent of cities, big cities across the country: San Francisco, Seattle,
the whole West Coast is
the whole West Coast. It's a shithole, an absolute shithole. So whatever, Van Jones can go fuck himself. Please.
Yeah,
and
I've been saying that for fucking years.
So can Bernie and AOC. They're trying to position AOC to be something special.
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan. Yeah. Well, I don't think so. I don't think so. What do you got here, Chanda?
Oh, let's go back and reminisce the Obama days.
Oh God, must we?
Don't you guys miss Obama? 8 years? 0 scandals. Well, besides butchering Libya, destroying Syria, increasing drone strikes by over 1,000%, unaliving a U.S. citizen with a drone, refusing to push for single-payer health care even with a Democratic supermajority, colluding with the DNC to sabotage the campaign of Bernie Sanders, bailing out the big banks and Wall Street after the 2008 financial crisis. He once wore a tan suit. He bombed civilians
I
in
remember
Libya.
that.
He armed
Video was
extremist
all over
groups in
it.
Syria. He expanded NSA mass surveillance. He failed to help the Flint, Michigan water crisis and even mocked them by drinking water in front of them at a speech given in Flint. He fueled Saudi Arabia's G-side in Yemen, which led to the largest cholera outbreak in history. He gave billions of dollars in weapons to the white and blue country as they launched assaults on Palestinian civilians and children. He orchestrated the 2009 coup of President Manuel Zelaya in Honduras before installing a violent far-right dictatorship. He facilitated the 2014 overthrow of the Ukrainian government, which was backed by right-wing extremists. He prosecuted more whistleblowers under the Espionage Act than all previous presidents combined. He failed to reform policing after the Ferguson riots. He expanded AFRICOM and U.S. military presence in Africa. He allowed gun running to Mexican drug cartels, which resulted in the unaliving of a U.S. Border Patrol agent. He failed to meet the ecological guidelines of the Paris Climate Accords, which he bragged about signing. He allowed the seizure of large parts of Iraq and Syria by right-wing extremist groups. He deliberately misled the public about the attack in Benghazi and Hillary Clinton's involvement. When Obamacare was launched, the website crashed. He allowed American veterans to pass away due to lack of health care stemming from the underfunding of the VA. And he signed the free trade deal known as TPP, which was aimed at outsourcing American jobs. But yeah, other than that, no scandals at all.
Obama.
And this is what I say, and we've said it before, Chanda and I both. I personally believe Obama was probably the worst president in history, next to Bill Clinton.
I was going to say next to the Clintons, next to the Clintons for damaging us as a country. Yes,
and there's going to be people that watch this say, "Well, what about Trump? What about Trump?"
Look like a good guy. I'm sorry, we grew up with Nixon being the boogeyman, right?
Yeah.
And now you look back at what fucking Nixon did, and you're like, "Wow, Nixon was a good president compared to these fuckers that we've had over the last 30 years."
I will never, that I'm aware of, debate anybody on Obama
Woodrow
being
Wilson
a
was
good,
bad.
Yeah, Wilson, of course, but
Wilson was fucking
of our time, of my time,
brought in the Fed.
It's Obama and Clinton. They're the ones that shot this thing off into space. You know, you can say all you want about Reagan and Carter, and neither one of them were anything special.
Oh,
Bush,
Carter! What damage did Carter do? Very fucking little, if you ask me.
Yeah, well, he bent over for the oligarchs.
He's what Bernie Sanders would have been had Bernie Sanders actually won.
Yeah, well, maybe Bernie Sanders. Yeah, ineffective. Well, I think you're giving too much credit to Carter, but rest in peace, Jimmy.
I mean, Carter did do some bad shit. Don't get me wrong. But
I got it. We all have opinions, and you and I align on all of them anyway. Even when we disagree, we agree. So how does that work? So
yeah, I totally think that Monica Lewinsky was working for Israel. Tom Jones, I'm right there with you. I'm in on that conspiracy theory.
I wouldn't be surprised. Nothing surprises me anymore. I'm done being surprised.
Honeypot, why do you think he was so close to Epstein?
Well, nothing surprises me anymore.
They were best friends back in those days.
Yeah, and again, the oligarchs, it's a big club, baby, and you ain't in it means more today than it ever has in the past. And I'm going to mention somebody that I don't like to mention down the road. You brought this.
For those in the back, these two yahoos drafted Trump to run for president, pumped him up in the news so they could run against the unpopular game show host, and then they lost anyways.
Because they were so terrible, and you brought
They were so fucking corrupt and terrible, yeah.
You brought this
Let's see. Cory Booker, a CNN Democrat presidential poll has Cory Booker polling at 2%. He is now tied with low-fat milk. And their base, the Democrats. Why did Trump win? Yeah, they shot their base. That's why.
Yeah, the Democrats are their own worst enemies. Or are they? Or is this the plan? Is the duopoly? This is the plan. This is the plan. And, I'm less and less and less enchanted or enthused about Jon Stewart. I think he's at a Bill Maher.
I can't stand Jon Stewart.
He's at a Bill Maher level with me anymore.
Yeah.
But like I said, Chuck up here would say, why the fuck would you put this putrid pile of old gangrenous diarrhea on your show? And Rahm Emanuel is horrible. And listen to this fucker.
He's a Clinton crony, right?
Oh,
He
yeah,
came in during the Obama Clinton years.
Yeah. He got a cigar put in his woo-woo too. Here you go. Listen to this.
The Stewart kids and the Alyona kids, they're going to be good. Loving home, good education. And the American dream, they're going to get a shot at it, which is a deal. But in fact, out of Washington, the American people haven't gotten the shot. They've gotten the shaft. And what happened is trying to own a home, trying to basically save for your retirement, save your kids' education and health care so you're not in the poorhouse one sickness away.
What do you do
People
for
are missing
Chicago?
medications, kids are coming home from college. They're living
Destroyed it.
And the American dream is good for only about 10% of kids. That's not how we keep score. And we are responsible for not
in
keeping
saying
faith
all
for that.
then, can't you understand why a percentage of the population would be like, burn it down?
No.
I don't care.
Here's my thing.
Yeah.
More than that, because of what happened both in Iraq War, what happened in the financial meltdown, the American people lost their lives, their livelihood, and the elite let them down. There is no doubt that their right to be angry.
The elite.
I have no
he
problem
calls
that some
himself an
people make
elite
up
because
the
he
MAGA.
points at
They have a right
himself.
to be angry because the elite lost faith.
The
in them.
elites let him
What I
down.
have is all these other executives who've lived large on America, who allow a president to run roughshod over the law, who run roughshod over America. They have no right to that.
But that's
Because
not owning the democratic failure. That's again placing it too. So let's
no,
stay with
the Democrats have a responsibility. They have for what they have done with losing faith. You can't let Peoria, Youngstown, you can't let parts of Wisconsin, La Crosse.
But we did.
No, we did, and that's why the first thing. Sorry. We owe you. No, we do. You have to get clean with people. Own what
Sorry,
we
he
do wrong,
doesn't
and
put
worst
money
case
in my
scenario, we then get
fucking
sidetracked with the side
pocket.
issues rather
Doesn't
than
put
the
groceries in my
which is
cupboard.
the American
So how
dream-
would
the
Democrats
Ameri-
bring that back?
The American dream is unaffordable.
Right.
It's inaccessible.
Yes.
And that should be unacceptable to us.
This
But it's not.
No, that was all bullshit. That was stage
Total
bullshit.
bullshit. Yeah,
Jon
it was.
Stewart was in on it. He's
Yeah.
he's doing his shtick just as
Blame
bad
the
as
bullshit.
Bill Maher did last night on his
Yeah.
fucking show with his book report on visiting Donald Trump.
Oh, I saw
if
that.
if you are even giving Bill Maher, and my hypocrisy only knows no bounds. That guy is a lying little fucker, and he has been. He's manipulating his supporters, his show watchers for decades. So Jon Stewart's right there with him.
Didn't Rahm Emanuel get charged with a bunch of shit and
he
sneak
didn't.
off and hide for a couple of years and
Yeah,
then
and
got rehabilitated?
there
And we
was-
called it in real time. I was
Yeah.
like, look, they're getting ready to rehabilitate him. And
Same
they fucking
thing.
did.
Same
Yeah.
thing. The
Anthony
guy.
Weiner's now getting rehabilitated.
Well,
that's what the Democrats
Anthony,
do.
there's no hope to rebuild Anthony Weiner anyway, but they're trying to, and with
They're trying,
Cuomo
yeah.
too, they're trying to
Yeah.
make him mayor.
Cuomo, yeah. Cuomo, they're
So
trying to bring him back for a
but
run. Yeah.
I have to tell you guys, I mean, it's breaking my brain. It hurts my head so bad that these guys like Stewart and Maher and all of these fools that try and rehabilitate people with the people who are aware and engaged makes me sick to my
Colbert.
stomach. Colbert. Who is that other idiot? That John. What's the guy's name? The English dude that does the show. John
Piers Morgan.
Oliver. John Oliver.
Oh,
John Pierce.
You love John Oliver.
No, I don't like John Oliver. I like Neil Oliver.
Oh no, you like Neil Oliver,
Not
Okay,
John.
yeah.
Neil Oliver.
Oliver's
And you know what? Neil Oliver. He wasn't very good on the pandemic, was he?
He's
Neil
not very
wasn't.
good with hanging out with Russell Brand either.
Well, yeah, I know. I heard you. I heard my butt getting smacked by Chanda on Monday.
Yeah,
she let you smacked me around on Monday. I'm a big boy. I can take it.
Hey, I call you out when I see it. So hey,
I appreciate
you're
that.
more than welcome to call me out.
I push back on some of your stuff, but we agree on everything
we-
anyway.
we
We just
agree.
have a different. We come at it different
That's
ways.
why I love doing shows with Amber, because Amber will totally push back on me.
Well, yeah, yeah. I don't even bother with Amber. Yeah, I let you two. You two.
No, totally. When she comes at me, I go, okay, you're right. I agree.
You brought this one, right?
People living paycheck to paycheck, landlords living month to month, banks and corporations living bailout to bailout, U.S. Government living war to war.
Yeah. No, that's it.
Uh,
You're exactly right. Exactly right. Well, you see, everybody's taking advantage of this so-called drive to stop the oligarchy. Well, here's another one from Chucky. In 2021, we gave you guys the House, the Senate, the presidency, you didn't raise the minimum wage, so spare me if I laugh for you bringing it up now when you have absolutely no power. No shit. And this is Greg Cesar. This is what they're all doing. Jayapal and Larson and Del Benny up here, you know, all across the nation. But check this bullshit out. Talk about a bullshit artist.
Today we are here to say loudly with one voice, Americans deserve a raise.
This is bullshit.
For 15 years, corporations have gotten bigger, billionaires have gotten richer, and working Americans have gotten screwed. For 15 years, the rent has gone up, the grocery bill has gone up, the utility bill has gone up, but billionaires and their right-wing politicians have kept the minimum wage exactly the same. So it is time to pass the Raise the Wage Act so that working Americans can work to support their families, not to help a billionaire buy his fourth jet.
All right, that's enough of
I
that.
don't want to hear no shit about $15 an hour. I see $17 an hour on his sign. 10 fucking years ago, we were in the streets with Shama Sawant passing $15 an hour at our fucking local county fucking levels in Washington State, in the Seattle area, which prompted the state of Washington to up it. But at this fucking point, Oz, we need at least $22 an hour, and that's fucking low.
No, I the way my math works out, it should be around $33.50 an hour if you really want to do it.
But we'll never get that.
You're never going to get it because that's, everything. But what makes me sick in that video is we've got union members standing behind this sleazy fucking congressman. And he's not the only sleazy fucking congressman out there.
They're all sleazy.
They're all sleazy. All of them, especially when they're preaching the gospel of, over the last 15 years. Well, who was Barack Obama? Who was Joe Biden? They were in control for 12 of those years, you asshole.
And they had a majority for some of it and still did nothing.
Super majority. They still didn't do any of it.
So did you see the local Washington Democrats passed a rent cap this week?
What?
About fucking time. Yes, a rent cap in Washington State. We need one so bad, and I'm glad to see that it passed the Senate.
You know what? You better hold on to that thought because I got an email from Sister Amber today that they sent something out today that is horrific. If Ferguson signs it, we're fucked. And
really?
we will talk about that.
Forward it to me. Yeah, definitely.
We will talk about that Wednesday on the dive.
Yeah, I see it as a fucking ploy, and it will always screw us in the ass when they do shit like this. They always sneak stuff in.
Yeah, watch this hand while this hand's fucking you. Every fucking time. Every time. The U.S. has the highest child poverty rate of nearly every major country in the world. Look at that, 20%. The United Kingdom's right behind them. And then there's Canada. What the hell's wrong with this picture? Why is it going like that? Japan, France, Germany, South Korea, and at the bottom, Finland. Is this? I don't know what the metric is.
Oh yeah, Finland's done a really good job with their homelessness, but as Van Jones would say, hey, they are the richest poor kids in the whole world. So.
Oh God, yeah, it is. And we have one from Jack's page here. I couldn't pass this one up. Why do we tolerate this? The U.S. ranks 69th. Best healthcare system in the world, even though it's by far the most expensive and surely the most dysfunctional healthcare system in the world. Wow, now, Chanda, I remember when we were in the 30s and that was bad, but now we're 69th? Are you effing kidding me?
I'm really shocked to see Taiwan in the first spot and then China. Wow.
Yeah. Well,
and then guess who's right below them? Israel. Who pays for that?
We do. We pay for it. We pay for it. This is a palate cleanse. I think I got this off of Jack's too. 20 sentences I wish I'd read sooner in my life. Action is the antidote to anxiety. You get 4,000 weeks if you're lucky. Stop waiting. You get that, right? Wow. Yep. Notice the people who bring out your favorite versions of yourself. No shit. Very good. Live by this. You teach people how to treat you by what you tolerate. Growth happens when you do things you feel unqualified to do. The cave you fear to enter holds the treasure you seek. If you don't schedule your priorities, someone else will. The most dangerous addiction is the approval of others, people. Boy, that's a big one. Burnout happens when you treat the rest as an award rather than a right. You'll never regret investigating your health, learning, or relationships. Investing, not investigating, sorry. Normalize not having an opinion on things you aren't informed on. Yeah, normalize it.
I do.
Normalize it. I do too. I think that's a credibility thing in itself. The only person who's going to magically show up to save you is you. No shit. Your habits are the silent architects of your life. Yes, they are. And Chanda and I talked about in the green room with diet. Discipline is choosing what you want most over what you want now. The people who matter won't leave you for having boundaries. No shit, they won't. Your worth isn't tied to your productivity. It is not tied to your productivity, although the oligarchy would think so. Yeah. Reach out to people just because they crossed your mind. Not everything requires your reaction. Silence is a response too, and I try and use that more often than not. Not right now, of course. Action creates motivation, not the other way around. And 20, you can literally change your life any day. You can wake up tomorrow and decide that you want something different. Would you agree with that?
I do. And my favorite one there is to reach out to people that cross your mind. That one's a big one to me nowadays because, I just don't know. Will I get a chance to talk to them again? So I try to reach out to people as I think about them.
Yeah. And we have a community service announcement here.
Oh, yeah. It's Saturday night. Fuck Israel.
Yeah, abso-frickin-lutely. Now, I haven't brought Kim in a long time, but I did bring her this time because she makes a point here, and this is at the end of her piece that she put on, I think it was the Twitter, and I agree with her 99.9% on this.
Yeah, this is
A foreign leader met with a group of influential American voices. They agreed not to say who said what. They left that meeting and started repeating the key ideas without telling their audiences where those ideas came from. That's not independent media. That's PR. That's narrative laundering. It's taking talking points from the top of a foreign power structure and repackaging them as grassroots, authentic thought. This story matters because it strikes at the core of what people believe about alternative media. These guys are rebels. They don't take orders. They don't play the DC game. They're not CNN in a hoodie. But guess what? The moment power invited them in, they showed up. They sat down. They listened. They took notes. And now they're feeding you the exact messages the government wanted them to deliver without telling you where those messages came from. So let me ask you, if Anderson Cooper did this, would you trust him? Then why would you trust Tim Pool? Now, here's a story I've never told until now. This all reminded me of something that happened to me personally back in March of 2020 when I was invited onto Tim Pool's podcast. Before we went live, myself and some of his staff were just hanging out in the kitchen, just talking, and I casually mentioned that I had just returned from a trip to the West Bank. Not even a political statement, just a fact. And immediately, like snapping fingers, his 3 staffers all jumped in. We're pro-Israel. Yep, very, very pro-Israel. Not, oh, really? What did you see? Oh, that's interesting. Tell us more. Just a shutdown. And I remember thinking, that's really odd. Now, that was really fast. That was robotic. That seemed rehearsed. It didn't feel like a personal opinion. The response felt automatic and pre-programmed. Now, I didn't understand it at the time. But after watching this Netanyahu meeting unfold, after seeing how over the past few months Tim himself has defended Israel in nonsensical ways, now I get it. That moment wasn't an opinion. It was a line. Now, we used to be afraid of censorship, and we still should be. But the bigger threat today isn't silencing speech. It's manipulating it. Not banning content, but pushing certain voices to the top. Not jailing dissidents, but inviting them to dinner. Not attacking critics, but infiltrating the platforms you trust the most. This isn't conspiracy. This is strategy, and you're watching it in real time. So the next time someone says, I'm just asking questions, ask yourself this. Who did they meet with last week? What were the rules? What didn't they tell you? Because the biggest threat to free speech isn't just the government. It's when influencers become informal agents of power and still pretend they're not. Now, you might say, well, Tim admitted it. Yeah, sure, after the Jewish Insider outed him. Now, if everybody on the named list, only Tim and David Harris Jr. have acknowledged the meeting. The rest haven't. And even if they do, is it a limited hangout? Just enough to make you trust but not give the full story? So the next time someone tells you they're fighting the establishment, but they're sitting in rooms with foreign leaders under secret rules, they're not rebels, they're not journalists, they're not even independent. They're part of the machine, just wearing different clothes. And if they can't be honest with you about that, then why trust them to be honest with you about anything?
That's why, I agree with 99% of what she said.
Yeah, I was gonna say we don't always agree with everything that Kim does or says, but this Chatham House rules bullshit. We've called Tim Pool out for many years for being a paid op. Who has the kind of fucking money to set up a studio like he set up? He wasn't independent media. And it was clear to frickin' see, especially during the COVID years. So.
It's, and Tim Pool, the way, that Western media is losing to independent media or independent propagandists like Tim Pool, it's not a surprise. They are going to invest in the Tim Pool-esque. And Salty, I think dickhead is a high bar for Tim Pool. It's much worse than a dickhead.
Dickhead with his rubber cap on.
Yeah, he's actually a foreign agent who's infiltrating our actual.
I think he is a foreign agent, 100%.
That's what I feel. What do you got here? What's going on? Who is this?
This is Jennifer Robinson, Australian lawyer. She's going to talk about what Israel's committing genocide.
Israel's committing genocide. There have now been more Palestinian journalists killed by Israel in the past 12 months than there were journalists killed during both World War II and the Vietnam War combined. And in fact, Israel broke that terrible record in the first 2 months. Deliberately targeting a journalist is a war crime. And as I've explained it before, it's a war crime upon a war crime because it's a war crime directed at trying to stop the reporting of war crimes and holding governments to account for the war crimes they commit. Killing journalists prevents us from getting the information that we need as the public to hold governments to account and to end these unjust wars. We made our first submissions to the International Criminal Court back in 2021, trying to hold Israel to account for a pattern of what we've seen of the deliberate targeting of journalists, and the ICC took no action. The ICC's failure to take proper action against Israel has enabled ongoing impunity.
Yeah, she was one of Julian Assange's attorneys, if I remember right.
Yeah, I just got to say, Australia's in bad shape, and I wouldn't be surprised if she was on the watch list, or they would they would hold her and arrest her. It's huge.
I'm sure they're stealing her kids' nappies too.
Yeah, I'm sure they are too. I want to shout out. I got a coffee, Chanda. And I got a coffee, and thank you, Kate. Thank you, Kate. That is so kind of you.
That's so
we
sweet of you.
Really appreciate that, and thank you so much for hitting my coffee, Kate.
I love it when Oz gets support. Yay.
Yeah, no, I so appreciate it, Kate. So kind of you. It goes to the right where it needs to go to, Kate. Believe me, we are not. Chanda and I are very not frivolous at all with our supporters at all. It goes to where it's needed, every dime. So thank you once again. We've got what do we got here? We got
this is a look at Gaza. Oz, what is left for them to actually be bombing?
Nothing. They're done. Well, Chanda, I said they were done last year.
I know. So they're just bombing tents now.
They're bombing tents. They're slaughtering. This is not a war. This is
1,000-pound bombs.
This is a slaughter. This is not a
There's
war.
There's nothing left of Gaza. My mind is blown at what could actually.
Yeah, this is a slaughter.
They're bombing the shells that they're huddling in and starving.
Yeah, no, it's horrendous. It's I don't know. It's takes my breath away.
So you brought this screenshot, and then I threw a hot spot Nick right on top of it because I thought it went well.
Is that why I don't recognize it?
Yeah, you brought the screenshot, I brought the video.
Okay, this is must watch
Gray
if you
Zone?
missed. Yeah, Gray Zone. Here it is. So I didn't bring the thing, but you brought this. So let's play this.
Okay.
I didn't bring the Gray Zone one.
In a leaked audio message, Apex CEO openly brags about having access to top national security advisors in the Trump administration.
But I was talking about people who will get appointed to some of these jobs. Look at the top level, you heard about Martin unlike the walls. Those three people have something in common. They all serve in Congress. They're on relationships. And key actors in their communities. So the lines of communication are good. Shouldn't there be something questionable or here candidates Congress it's got to look at the record right now.
Owes their entire career to AIPAC and Zionist infiltration.
So are we shocked? Are we shocked that AIPAC's leader is caught on video, or I mean on audio, bragging that he owns this administration? Fuck no, because we have been telling you since before they even got elected, both sides of the aisle are fucking owned by AIPAC.
Absolutely. This is, Citizens United be damned. They still bought them before Citizens United.
Oh, yeah.
They bought them before Citizens United. 40s. The argument that a lot of people made, well, Citizens United, that was going off the cliff. We've already been going down that river, but that was the cliff, Citizens United, because they've been buying off our representatives forever. If it wasn't AIPAC, it was an Israel-adjacent lobby group that paid them off in some way, some shape or form. And the reason why there wasn't anything in there, Chanda, is I put it in DaVinci and I cleaned it up and I still couldn't understand it. And that's why,
it was hard to understand for sure, but we got the gist of it.
Yeah,
he was bragging that they own the top of the administration. We know that.
Yeah. And what is this? Is this more ruins going on here?
No, this is an interesting AI video that was done about the genocide of the Irish people.
Oh, yeah.
One of the most devastating famines in European history wasn't caused by a lack of food, but by who controlled it. In 1845, a potato blight devastated Ireland's main food source, sparking widespread starvation. But while the poor suffered from hunger, Irish farms kept producing grain, butter and beef. Almost all of it exported. British ships left daily, packed with food and protected by soldiers, as starving children lay dying on the roadside. Prime Minister Lord John Russell refused to stop the exports. He saw the mass deaths as divine providence, a convenient solution to what Britain called the Irish question. 1 million people died. 2 million more fled on disease-ridden coffee.
This is a keeper.
All while Ireland remained a net exporter of food. To this day, Ireland remains the only country in Europe with a smaller population than it had in the 19th century.
Now, we were taught in school about this, Oz, but we weren't taught that it was imposed by the British and caused by the British. We were told that the potatoes were all rotten and they didn't have enough food, they starved. That was what I was taught in American history.
Capitalism prevailed again, and it murdered a bunch of people. And guess what? Coming to a neighborhood near you here in the United States, you think I'm stretching it? No, I'm not. Here's one thing that you need to think about. We have seen an inordinate amount of recalls on food lately.
Oh my God, it happened to me the other day.
It's insane, the number of recalls. Now, with this tariff shit, that's going to cause even more shortages down the road. Remember the pandemic, folks? How people said this was just a test. They were testing it out. Well, the food is a big issue because they've always maintained food because they knew that if the people didn't have food, they'd rise up. That's the one thing that keeps people from really getting in the streets. But once you do that...
That Netflix.
That Netflix. Well, they cut the internet and they cut the food supply, and where else are you going to go in the streets? And I want to tell you one more thing. Australia is getting their butts kicked right now, the people of Australia. And one of the things that Australia did was that, and I'm willing to have this discussion with anybody about guns, but Australia eliminated the guns, and nobody has a gun down there per se like we do in this country.
Right.
I'm saying, and I'm seeing some of our sisters and brothers who are against guns 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 10 years ago.
I was. I'm not anymore.
I'm not anymore either. I say, you know what? Be part of the well-armed militia.
Right to bear arms.
Yeah, right to bear arms. Load it up, man.
Tyrannical government, man.
And my mindset was, I don't want to go back to the Wild West here. We're already there.
Yeah.
So again, if we have, and you're not going to stop a military, that's not an argument or anything else. But if you think that giving up your right to have a gun, or if you're against guns, and I'm in my heart of hearts, I'm against guns, but that issue's done for me. I'm not even going to go there anymore.
Yeah,
Everybody,
me too.
yeah, I'm done.
Me too.
So you brought this, and I was going to bring this. This was one that keyed me in. I said, we share a brain, and I had this in my browser, getting ready to paste it in. And what's worse is you put it on the same effing slide I was going to put it on. So I'm just going. I'm looking up in there. I'm going, wow, this is nuts.
Yeah.
And that's why you got the comment the other day. Biden's genocide, Trump's genocide. Absolutely. Absolutely. And who's that pictured under Trump's genocide?
Oh, I don't know.
That's a shit
Who is
nib.
it?
That's a Karen.
That's a total Karen.
Total Karen. That's what it is. Now, we've seen this a lot this week. Burger King distributes $128,000 worth of food vouchers to Israeli military. You want to know something, Chanda? That's not very much. That's
not. And they got to eat Burger King's crappy food. So
yeah,
whatever.
I think Burger King just wants to get in with McDonald's. They're hedging their bets. Except McDonald's.
They are hedging their bets.
McDonald's, I don't believe they're doing vouchers at all with McDonald's. I think it's just until you're done slaughtering everybody, we're going to feed you.
McDonald's just gives Israel money, like, here.
Yeah, straight away. There you go. And free food. That's it. So, keep that in mind next time you want to go to a fast food. And here we are again, by not supporting fast food, that's Americans who are trying to work to make a living. Sadly enough, it's not a summer job for kids. Right. We're not supporting it. Sorry, I'm not going to.
The Democrats think.
I can't afford it anyway. I'm on a fixed income, like many of you here.
It's $5 to go to McDonald's and get 2 premium fucking meals with a medium drink and fry.
And they don't even have the disclaimer, this is poison.
Yeah. And it's gross, and you totally regret it. You feel like shit after you eat it, so just don't do it.
Some good news this week. Breaking for the first time in history, the majority of Americans views Israel unfavorably. And I think there's a lot more than what they're letting on that,
But I'm glad to see and hear that fellow Americans are waking up and not just rank and file zombie following, Israel, because I know so many friends and family that were raised with religion, right? And they think that this is the Israel of the Bible and we have to support the second coming of Christ. And that's not what this is.
I have another coffee here. I want to thank Snorky. Thank you so much, Snorky. I appreciate that. That's very kind of you to do that. I can't tell you the kind of support we've got this year. I mean, when Chanda found out she had cancer, and that just warmed my heart like it wouldn't, like you don't know. And then I found out I've got cancer, but I'm back behind Chanda by about 3 stages. So that's just, where we're at. So,
well, we want to keep you there too. So
I appreciate it, Snorky, so much. And Kate, thank you so much. And we don't waste it. Chanda and I, neither one of us waste it. And we're not the type of people in good conscience that could waste your support, and it goes to our needs as cancer patients.
I'm not taking luxury cruises.
As cancer patients, as independent media creators, that's where it goes. It doesn't buy us anything special.
No, we just did a joint order of medication for both of us. We're going to split the order.
We did a joint order of medication. Chanda and I both, we split an order of medication, so that really helped. Thank you so very much. I never heard. This was another one you put on here. I was gonna put it on, but you beat me to it. Kosher Coke. Is that what this is?
Kosher Coke and kosher Pepsi, both. You can get both. So look for the orange caps if you must drink Coca-Cola or Pepsi. At least you'll get real pure cane sugar during Passover, because they're doing it for the Jews.
Is that what makes it kosher? You put poison in it?
They get rid of the high fructose corn syrup.
Oh, one poison for another poison. Okay, let's listen.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't open this one. Not until Passover. That is so bad. Why are there yellow caps on this Coke, but on other Coca-Colas are regular caps? Why does this cap differ from all other caps? No caps. The reason is because this Coca-Cola has no corn syrup. Usually Coca-Colas have corn syrup, but this one is a special run that Coca-Cola does just for the Jewish people who celebrate Passover, and they put real sugar. And actually,
can we see the ingredients?
we should have this the whole entire year.
Can I see the ingredients? Let's see. What's inside?
Mexico has it the whole year.
Color.
Nice.
So basically, if Coca-Cola was going healthy, this is the way it would be.
Healthy.
This is
Healthy.
Passover. A lot of
Healthy.
people
Yeah,
suffer
healthy.
from them.
Healthy.
I'm not mentioning anything.
Some people don't even have this, but let's look at what the cap says. Kosher.
I know, it says kosher
for
Facebook right here.
O-U-P.
And a side benefit of that, you can help sponsor slaughter in Gaza. Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
exactly.
Jesus
it is not
Christ.
healthy. There is a city in Mexico that drinks nothing but pure cane sugar Coca-Cola, and they have the highest instances of diabetes of any city or town. Like, yeah, no, it's not.
That's because they drink Coke instead of water. So
Yeah,
there you
exactly.
go. You brought Jeffrey Sachs, another one
I did bring
I had.
Jeffrey Sachs.
Damn, I don't even need to put in the stories because you do it for me.
I
Here we
know.
go.
I write the whole deck mostly.
Here you go. Here you go.
When the Soviet Union ended in 1991, the United States literally believed this is now a U.S. world and we will do as we want. The wars in the Middle East, Serbia, the wars in Africa, these are wars that the United States led and caused. And this has been true for more than 40 years. Europe has not had any foreign policy during this period that I can figure out. No voice, no unity, no clarity, only American loyalty.
Ass kissing America.
Please don't have American officials as head of Europe. Have European officials. Have a European foreign policy. You're going to be living with Russia for a long time, so please negotiate with Russia. Trump and President Putin will agree to end the war.
You don't need to do
If
that.
Europe
America
does
will.
all its great warmongering, it doesn't matter. The war is ending. Not one word is told to the American people about anything, or to you, or by any of your newspapers these days. This idea that Putin's reconstructing the Russian Empire, this is childish propaganda. So the war
Bullshit.
started.
Yeah.
What was Putin's intention in the war? I can tell you what his intention was. When Zelensky
Push
said
back
in 7
NATO.
days, let's negotiate, I know the details of this exquisitely. I flew to Ankara to listen in detail to what the mediators were doing. Ukraine walked away unilaterally from a near agreement. Why? Because the United States told them to. I begged the Ukrainians, and I had a track record with the Ukrainians. I advised the Ukrainians. I'm not anti-Ukrainian, I'm pro-Ukrainian completely. I said, save your lives, save your sovereignty, save your territory, be neutral. Don't listen to the Americans. I repeated to them the famous adage of Henry Kissinger, that to be an enemy of the United States is dangerous, but to be a friend is fatal.
No shit. No
Yep.
shit. No, absolutely. Abso-frickin-lutely.
Somebody should tell G that. Go back one. Let's talk about Trump and X's a friend of his. Xi Jinping.
And we're very powerful. This country is very,
Very powerful.
Let me tell you, it's far more powerful than people understand. We have weaponry that nobody has any idea what it is, and it is the most powerful weapons in the world that we have. More powerful than anybody, not even close. So nobody's going to do that, but I think that if that's what you're referring to, maybe it's not. But just
I just want to tell you how big my dick was. I don't know if that's what you were asking me, but maybe it's not.
That's my most powerful PP. There you go. There you go. Thanks, Don. Appreciate it. Yeah, you brought a fee says.
Fee says, after 60 years of U.S. blockade and endless sanctuaries, Cuba isn't full of drug addicts and homeless people everywhere, unlike the U.S. Let's take a little look at how bad Cuba is suffering.
End of sanctions, not sanctuaries. Here we go.
I mean sanctions. Yeah, I'm sorry.
They knew what you meant.
I love seeing the old cars.
Me too.
Yeah, they look like they're really suffering. Where's all the homeless people? Where's all the people bent over doing the zombie shuffle? That looks like a modern vehicle.
Here's the deal. They're living by their means.
Yeah.
It's what they're doing.
We could learn a lesson about, reuse, reduce, recycle.
Yeah. Keep it clean. Up, there's garbage.
Yeah, there is garbage.
There is garbage.
Well, Brother Pasta went and he showed us a really good look at Cuba. If you followed Pasta while he was in Cuba.
And I want to thank everybody that helped Pasta out. Go down there and help him buy all that baseballs and bats and gloves for all the kids.
God.
I mean, once again, Pasta's got a huge heart. And
Pasta's a huge heart.
You might disagree with him from time to time or agree with him more often than not. He's got a big heart. He's taking care of his mom.
I need to reach out to him. See, he just crossed my mind, and I haven't talked to him in a couple of months.
He's taking care of his mom who had a stroke, and last I heard, she's still not talking. But that's what you do. You take care of your family. So kudos to Pasta.
He's been in Iceland.
Yes, she has. What is this? You brought this. Is this blood?
Utah advances a bill to allow patients to choose unvaccinated blood. Would you? I know I would.
I don't know. That Mormon blood's got something in it. What do you?
I know. I've been following the Lori Daybell case. This infamous cult mom who unalived her 2 children, her brother, her like 3 of her husbands, and she's on trial again, and she's representing herself. So it's a complete shit show to watch. And I'm just, it's a case I've been following for many years.
We heard today that Idaho's passed a bill to sell ivermectin over the counter.
Yes.
So that's going for
It's impossible to find. Now, you and I really need ivermectin and fenbendazole because these have been proven to slow cancer down or reduce it or stop it altogether.
According to some scientists.
Stanford, University of Oklahoma. I mean, some pretty up
there's
there. A lot of good peer-reviewed papers out there.
Yeah.
Anyways, you can't buy it in the United States. There's knockoffs on Amazon. It ain't the real shit.
Your doctor's not going to give you a prescription for it.
Your doctor will not give it to you. Yeah, horse wormer, right? Can't have the horse wormer. You can't buy this shit in America. You can't. You can pretend to buy it. I mean, but you're not getting the real thing. So we have to go overseas to buy it. And it's. You're rolling the dice if you're actually getting scammed or if you're getting an order.
So be careful about that. Don't break the law. Sure. That's all we can say. But if you were to need it, you'd have to go overseas and buy it. Most human brains now contain a spoonful of dementia-linked plastics. So Snorky, what do you think of them apples? I wouldn't be surprised. The microplastics that are building up in people is just, it's insane. And be careful.
Well,
I don't know.
Keep everything in plastic. What do you expect?
How do you avoid that, Chanda? I don't know anymore. What do you got here? What's this?
This is a restaurant in Kentucky that decided to flood their own restaurant in order to keep the flood mud waters out of their restaurant. Check this out.
Oh my God. You got to be kidding me.
It's about 4 feet deep in our bar area. This area is just a little bit higher. I actually came out and I started the fire, and it is
he's got a fire going.
But I come out from time to time and just check on maybe pieces of equipment. You can see we got, we remove all of our electrical panels. It's between the inside water and the outside water. See my foot down here. Generator running, and I know all my circuits are up high. Breezeway here, and what in the world? What? Hey, we're closed. What are y'all doing here? What? The moose out front should have told you we were closed. We are staying safe. And actually,
I don't know. Is that a good idea? I guess if it keeps the mud out of your business and you don't have to clean out all that silt and freaking mess.
Nothing
probably get back to business sooner.
Nothing
shocks me. I saw a lot of video footage of people I think it was Arkansas, that were just sitting in a bar on up to waist deep water, drinking and partying. Like, our bar's flooded. What are we gonna do?
I think that's how we're gonna go out. I've got another coffee here from Old Man Barker. Thank you so much, Old Man Barker. We so appreciate it. Very, very kind. Thank you so much. Again, I can't tell you enough. It's really, really appreciated. We are starting to get short in the show here, Chanda, so we need to step on it a little bit.
I just want to say shout out to the 27 watching us over on the Rumble. Holy
Yay,
shit.
Rumble. Yeah, I'm Pinky. She's the brain.
Pinky and the brain.
Yeah, you brought this.
Who has resurrecting direwolves for April? Yeah, that one was kind of a crazy little story, but they're not really direwolves, are they?
They're not really
mostly
direwolves.
Gray wolves.
Yeah,
but they're
just
cute as hell.
Yeah,
They're super cute.
Don't come out trumpeting, "Hey, they brought back the dire wolves," and without actually following up. Sometimes, Chanda, it's not a good thing to jump on the first story that hits the press, especially the Western press. Here we go. They are cute. Here we go.
That's what I want. One for a puppy. It's my next dog. Oh, little babies. So a woolly mouse was combined with a woolly mammoth, and they're planning on bringing back the dodo bird. That'll be cool.
Sure. Just don't bring me back. That's how I sound when I stub my toe. What's this?
People do not like the technology that's coming along, including the Tesla bot. What's the Tesla bot name? I forget what his name is. He gets a pie to the face.
Oh, the Tesla, the robot.
It's a chicken pot pie. It's not even a good pie. Oh, I bet his butt hurt. Oh my god.
Oh boy.
You proved your point, buddy. You're gonna stop technology with that pumpkin or that chicken pot pie.
Snorky says.
Like chicken.
Snorky says, "Well, we don't want people drinking tonic water as a substitute for ivermectin. Not a doctor, not suggesting." So
I've had doctors suggest that you drink tonic water for stupid shit, and yeah, it doesn't exactly help that much. But
I think the best thing to do is not to eat after 6 o'clock, snack or anything, and have a cup of warm water with a shot of a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar and some lemon, and
that's great for you.
That makes me feel better. What do we got here? Driving cars?
This is actually kind of funny. If self-driving cars were Southern.
Oh, no.
You can speed it up.
Hi there. I'm your self-driving assistant. Where are you headed?
Take me home, please.
Sure thing. You want to get there faster than hot knife through butter or a sneeze through a screen door?
Sneeze through a screen door.
Y'all hold on.
The butter one. Do the butter one.
Neighbor, spotted. Would you like to stop and chat?
No, I'm kind of in a hurry.
Shooting the breeze mode activated.
Hey, Jim.
How's your mom and them? Raindrops detected. Slowing us down to 15 miles per hour.
It's just a sprinkle.
This could get nasty. Activating emergency flashers.
Oh, come on.
Approaching four-way stop. Yielding the right-of-way. After you. After you. After you. After you.
We're kind of holding things up here.
We're in no hurry, sweetie. Always good to be polite. After you. After you. After you. After you. Engage in backroads navigation.
Shouldn't we be taking the interstate?
At this hour? Shoot, no. I know a shortcut. Recalculating. 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 Oh, no. Just need to get my bearings is all. Probably just missed a turn somewhere.
Let me just put it on the navigation.
Don't you dare touch that. I don't need it.
Sorry.
Where can I take you?
Take me to the grocery store. I gotta get some bread and milk before the snow gets bad.
Snow? Conditions too hazardous. Shut
The future.
The future.
That was
and you brought a picture of whose toilet is this? What's going on?
Oh, this is a Tesla toilet.
Oh, okay.
Pooping in my truck on a lifted throne, tailgate down in the danger zone. Cab light flickers as my engine groans. Rear end rumbles, dropping heavy loads. Pooping in my truck, feeling like
You making fun of our relatives? Are you? Diesel rear end.
I know some guys that would actually get those.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And
San Francisco.
did you see
right?
this story? San Francisco, instead of actually doing something about their homeless population or their lack of, stores, because they've all left the downtown, they decided to erect I don't even know, an 80-foot woman or some shit. But I had to pause the music on this, but it's still funny without the music. Go ahead and check it out.
Oh, cool. I'm already turned on. Man, I'm getting horny, Chanda.
He's got his head between the cheeks, man.
Oh, my God.
I'm so glad that San Francisco is putting the taxpayers' money to good use.
Oh, yeah.
She's going to welcome you in downtown. Yeah. Construction proctologist. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, my God.
Mastermind, you're on fire tonight.
You are. Well done, Mastermind. You keep it up. That's just great. You know, we have a library up here in Centralia, and they've got some really nice sculpted brown statues of people sitting on a park bench reading a book with kids and stuff. But some of the things they call art these days, I truly am a boomer.
I know.
Because it's trash. It is.
We have some downtown in Port Angeles that you just go, what the fuck?
Terrible, 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 terrible. Let me see.
I think you brought this one.
I brought this one. Oh,
61.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to make this quick. This is how they make deli meat.
Oh, yeah. I watched this not too long ago. Make your own. It's really easy, actually.
This is deli meat. No kidding. This is deli meat before they put it in the skin. Look at the color they're putting in there. Oh, watch out.
Dye?
Where's RFK Jr.? Getting that red dye number 5 out of there. Jesus Christ.
This is bologna, isn't it?
It's some kind of bologna with head cheese shit. Look at that. Oh, yum. Yum. I wouldn't feed my dogs that. That would be cruelty to animals.
Yeah, it gives you prostate cancer. Don't eat that
Yeah,
shit.
prostate. Yeah, absolutely. Hey. And
Yeah.
I didn't eat hardly. I had salami, and
Cold cuts will get you. Yeah, salami, cold cuts.
Regret having salami back in the day. And you got this one?
You're not a capitalist. You're an exploited worker with Stockholm syndrome. That's true.
That's true. And it is time for Hollywood to go fuck yourself.
Let's skip Roseanne for time and move over to 65.
And that's Jerry.
Jerry, yeah.
Okay, Jerry.
In 2018, Seinfeld attended a shoot-to-kill fantasy camp in Israel where attendees can carry a fantasy of taking their frustrations out on Palestinians. Yeah, what a piece of shit.
What a piece of shit. Now, here's one that was brought to us by Abram this week. Former UFC champion BJ Penn, UFC champion BJ Penn, says mom and brothers were murdered and replaced. Can I say unalived? Unalived and replaced. It's written right.
Yeah.
Unalived and replaced. And this story, I did a little research on it. It came out a month ago, I think. And it's just now making the rounds. And one of his friends, his personal friends, cornered him on this. And his personal friend said that he felt like he was kind of making this up, and he feels like he caught him. But I guess BJ Penn is quite the actor. But we are going to follow this story because I can't invest the time. But
yeah, you'll have to tell me about it because I don't know much about it. I haven't been following.
I will tell you about it because Abram brought this, and I appreciate it. And
steroids on the brain. Yeah, steroids will fuck your brain up for sure.
What do you got? What's this?
Terrence Howard stopped by the Bet David podcast the other day, and this is pretty interesting. Him calling out Diddy for wanting to steal his man card.
Oh, brother.
I don't compromise. I don't play gay role. I don't kiss a man. I don't do that shit because the man card means everything.
You see Bieber struggling with that. You see some of these guys struggling with that.
They can't get it out of their head. Whether they were drunk or high or whatever, you gave up your man card. That was all the people that went to the puffy parties. I've never seen somebody recover from it. They have their money, but they don't have their dream. They don't have the soul that they started with. So it's like achieving don't mean anything.
I'm not the biggest fan of his, but I'm glad he actually is calling that shit out. And of course, Russell Brand is hiding in Israel because he is under R-word charges and SA charges. So whenever a man gets really weird about God in his 50s, you know he did some especially heinous shit. And I think that's exactly, we called that out a year ago when
it happened within like days. One week he was like this, and the next week he was Jesus Christ is my Lord and
he
Savior.
got called out, and there was accusations, and then the next week he was all religious. And the old Fruit of the Loom logo with the cornucopia. What do you guys think? Do you remember the cornucopia or not?
Yeah, I do.
I do.
It was just in different shapes. And Stoner Corner. What's the best way to smoke weed? Bong, pipe, joint, or blunt? What do you say, Chanda?
For me, bong.
And here's a Ferrari. And there's the Easter Bunny bong. And weed is by far the greatest substance known to man. And 3 words for that bag of weed right there, Chanda.
Going to my house.
Yes, and Mary Jane is my BFF. And then we have, instead of pumpkin bread, you have weed bread. And that is a thing, by the way. You can do
I bet hip bread would be good. And of course, 420 is on Easter this year. Or Easter's on 420.
Yeah, we're a little over a week away.
It's going to be a happy time for everybody. I got me a nice big ham. I know my family will be puffing hard, and then they'll want to come in and partake in, the munchie, the grinded.
I've got ham too, and I had a second thought because it's processed, and I'm thinking, is my prostate not going to like
Fuck that,
this?
I don't care. I'm eating ham. I'm American. I'm dying anyways.
All right.
Ham.
Well, it was on sale, and I could afford it. Me Mally time.
Mine wasn't on sale. It was 30 fucking bucks.
Me Mally time, and here we go. You brought this one.
If it doesn't matter how effing careful you choose your words, then there will always be people who twist them. Smart home, smart watch, smartphone, a smart car, idiot.
You brought this one too.
I wish I had enough money to discover what it is. That it doesn't make people happy, or make me happy.
Yeah. I hear you. And good morning. Sorry, I mean, here we are. Here we fucking go again. Absolutely. The world thinks that the USA should invade the USA to save the USA from what the USA is doing to the USA. Do you agree with that, Chanda?
I do.
I think I'd have one doing that. So we have this one here, and that is going to hide dildos at people's yard sales today, then stand back and watch the reactions. That's good. I like that. And this is so fun. I've been wagging my tail so much, my cheeks hurt. Health tip, don't take health advice from people who think the world is overpopulated. No frickin' shit.
Yeah, that one never gets too old.
Never gets too old. And this one is the two-party system. Pulling the lever changes the color of the trolley from red to blue. That is so true. And I'm
every 4 years.
Every 4 years. And let me see. We've got this one. Shitting on you would be an improvement. Some people are like a bag of diapers, self-absorbed and full of shit. Make time to get your shit together. Self-care, happiness, inner peace, and time. That is the definition of shit. I think you brought that. And then we've got, remember when. We've got remember when here. Then we're going to get out of here with something very special tonight.
Oh, yeah.
It is special.
Night.
It's ladies' night. And here we go. We've got evidence of global warming starting from the 1900s. That makes sense to me. That's one of the few things that makes sense, I have to say. 1900s. I think I started with I'm kind of like between the 1940s and
I had
the 1980s.
the pioneer on the bottom.
You're the pioneer on the bottom. Okay. Yeah, I had a CB radio. I think we all did. We've got this one's for you, Chanda. Charging by vintage electrical nipple clamps. I don't know how that would work out. Would it make your eyeballs light out? Mr. Sig visits a hospital giving out free cigarettes in 1948. You brought that one.
That was so nice of him to pass out cigarettes and kill lung cancer.
Yeah, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy, and I've seen this several places this week. Life in the United States 50 to 100 years ago. Well, I'm going to say, more like 60 years ago. A family that seems really happy in 1959. Yeah, that's what I remember.
But were they really happy? Dad was an alcoholic who beat everybody when he got home. Yeah, I get it.
I get it, too. And you brought, let me see. No, this one right here. You brought this. Oh, yeah. You brought this one.
Oh, who remembers the leg warmers? I had to have the leg warmers in every color. I loved them. I still kind of love them. And get in, loser. We're going puking. Goldschlager.
Goldschlager. God, I never could get my mind wrapped around that. How much is a bottle of that now? $5,000? Something like that.
No, it's probably about $20. I don't know. I don't drink anymore, but
yeah. Why would you drink that? Wouldn't that plug up your colon or something? I don't know.
With all the gold, yeah. Somebody could go mining in your ass for Goldschlager.
And you brought this one.
I didn't, but I can read it. Let's see. What does it say? Honestly, nobody wants a better smartphone. Everybody wants their dog to live like 60 years. Get your priorities straight, science. Hell yeah. Maybe I
Well, who the hell brought this if you didn't and I didn't?
I think I brought it.
Oh, okay. I'm not losing my mind. Anyway, that's...
Is that I wanna live forever.
That's it for the show tonight, everybody.
I think so.
I think so. We are done, and we're right on time.
We're fucked up back then.
We're right on time. I want to thank everybody for your generosity tonight and your coming just to support us. It's such a big deal. Chanda.
Very sweet.
We've got the best. We got the best.
And again, have the best.
Yeah, we do. And again, this is a place where you can take a breath, get a little bit of news. We try not to bring you down too much. We realize there's heinous shit going on in the world, but we need a break on Saturday night from 7 p.m. Pacific to 9. That's going to be with us. I hope it's the kind of break you need.
We're going to learn how to fly.
I found a couple of covers this week that screamed Ladies' Night, because these two ladies are fan-frickin-tastic. It's Minniva, I think, Minniva, Minniva. She's got a hell of a voice. She does a lot of cover music, and she does music for video games and all kinds of stuff. And then Alyona, you guys have heard the blonde.
Alyona.
She's terrific too. Spare me the thing, but they're doing a tribute to Van Halen, and I just decided to call it a Ladies' Night tribute because this show is, it's women in independent media. That's why I joined on. So, Chanda, last word for everybody.
Let's see. No show on Monday. No Trailer Park Pundit because I am taking the day off. If I feel bad because I want to do a show and I miss you guys. We always have so much fun, but that'll put me in the chair all day tomorrow, and I'm just too tired. Chris Algier, thank you so much for the $5 just because we appreciate it over on the YouTubes, and thank you to all of our Rumble watchers, all 32 of you.
Yeah, guys, thank you.
You guys are bringing it on the Rumble. We just can't thank you guys enough for always showing up when we do go live. We haven't been very consistent lately, and I apologize. We're trying to get better. But we are shooting for a dive on Wednesday night, same time, 7 o'clock. Join us, and we'll just have a little chat for the weekend and hang out, shoot the shit.
Yeah, and then hopefully we'll have another Beauty and the Boomer Saturday. It depends on health issues. And again,
I should be doing better by next
We don't take sides. We mash on everybody that deserves it, in our opinion. So
it's true. They all deserve it. They all deserve it.
Anyway, you had last word. I need to shut up. Say goodnight, everybody.
Good night, everybody. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for coming. Hope you like this. This is great. Ladies' Night tribute to Van Halen.
Van Halen. Turn it up, man.